Hi, I'm Chef Justin Greco, and welcome to Greco's Chef in a Box. Today we're going to be cooking mushroom crusted rack of lamb, potato soufflé, farmer's vegetables, red wine reduction. Let's start with opening the box and taking out the items. We have our rack of lamb. We have our fresh vegetables. We have our potato soufflé. We have our whole butter. We have our mushroom crust. We have our Dijon mustard. We have our salt and pepper. We have our red wine reduction. And our final garnish piece is our green oil. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take the potato soufflé and we're going to place it right in your 350-degree oven for 18 minutes. If you want, you can take the potato soufflés and put them on another pan and throw them in the oven. It's a little easier to take them out. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our rack of lamb. This is an Iowan rack of lamb, one of the best in the country. I've tried many, and this is the best. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to take a little salt and pepper that I provided, and we're going to season the meat on all sides. Very simple. And the next thing we're going to do is get our pan nice and hot. We're going to turn our range on to medium-high heat, putting the pan over the heat. And again, putting your hand just over the pan until you feel it to get nice and warm. And once you feel it's nice and warm, we're going to add our butter. Take a little bit of butter. You can hear that noise, you know that your pan is nice and hot. We're going to put fat side down first. What we're trying to do is caramelize the outside of the fat, which is going to make it easier for us to put the crust on. So fat side down first. And we're going to sear the lamb 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Using a tongue, we're going to want to sear all sides. So we started with the fat side first. We got the great caramelization, the good crust on the side. We're going to flip it over using a tongue. You're only going to want to flip this over one time on each side. Don't just keep flipping and searing. Once it's down, let it cook. We're going to go ahead and flip it to the next side. Again, seeing that nice good crust. And finally, to the back side. Once we get everything seared on all sides, we're going to go ahead and turn our heat off. And we're going to bring our lamb back to our board. Now we're going to take that Dijon mustard I provided you. We're going to add the Dijon mustard right to the outside of the skin. Not too thick, just enough to coat it. And using a tongue, not your bare hand, make sure you coat all the sides. I think we need just a little bit more here. Now we've got this great mustard crust on the outside. We're going to take our dried mushrooms and we're sort of going to dump them right on the board. And you're going to crust the lamb right in the mushroom crust. Our next step is to take the lamb and put it back in the pan to brown the mushrooms. So we're going to add a little bit more butter to the pan. We're going to take our mushroom crust, set it right in there, just like that. What we're trying to do now is brown the mushrooms on all the sides. So the same technique that we did before, we're going to do again with the mushroom crust. It should take about 1 to 2 minutes on each side. We're lightly trying to brown. we're going to sear it again about 2 minutes on each side. And then we're going to flip it again. And we go right into our 350-degree oven with a nice dry towel to finish cooking. Next thing we're going to do is cook our vegetables. You're going to want to turn your heat on to medium-high. Place your pan over the burner. And again, we're going to wait till the pan gets nice and warm. Putting your hand over the top, and once you feel that warmth, you're ready to add your butter. Adding about a tablespoon of butter. Grab your vegetables, and we're going to add these right to the pan. For demonstration purposes, I'm only using half of the vegetables at this time. Once the vegetables begin to saute, you start to hear that sound of the bubble and the sizzle of your vegetables. We're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to season. We're going to saute for about 2 to 3 minutes in the butter, occasionally giving it a little bit of a stir. And remember, always have a dry towel when you're grabbing a saute pan so you don't burn yourself. Let's get you another good shot of that, huh? Once you saute for about 2 to 3 minutes and you start stirring occasionally, we're going to add a little bit of water to kind of help steam the vegetables. Just enough to sort of deglaze the pan. Just covering sort of the bottom of the pan with the water, giving it another little stir. Turn your back burner to low heat and set it back on the range. We've been cooking now for 18 minutes, and it's time to pull the lamb and the potato out. It's very important at this point that when you pull the lamb out that we let it rest for at least 2 to 3 minutes. So using a dry towel, we go into the oven, grab our hot pan with our lamb, and we let the lamb sit and rest again for 2 minutes. Using either a tongue or another dry towel, we're going to grab our potato. Now we're ready to plate. Grab a large plate if you have one. Place it on your board. We're going to start with the potato using some sort of a tongue because this tinfoil is really hot. And all you have to do is squeeze the potato and plop it right in the middle of the plate. Sometimes you have to give it a little shake. It'll pop right out just like that. The next thing we're going to do is take our lamb right to the center of the plate. And if you set it on the potato like this, this will give it the nice arch and add a little bit of the dramatic is what we're looking for. Then we're going to take our vegetables right off to the side, sort of stack them on top of each other. This is where your time to be an artist is, right here. Vegetables on there just like that. And then we're going to take our red wine reduction. You don't even need to warm this. This is simply to drizzle over the lamb. Take a spoon. And as you can see, it's nice and thick, but still runny. And then we're going to drizzle it just like this on the plate. Using kind of a forward motion with the spoon, just like that. And then we'll take our green oil, take a spoon, and then we'll sort of break into that sauce, just like that. And voila, you have an amazing mushroom crusted rack of lamb potato soufflé, seasonal vegetables, red wine reduction, and our green oil.